Good morning, everybody. We see that a lot of people is joining, but we will start already with this webinar for the pack size submissions from XEVMPD to PMS. So first of all, let's start with the agenda for today. So I will be presenting this webinar. I will give a bit of a welcome with some notes. Then we will go and present a couple of backgrounds so you can understand why we are requesting these pack sizes in XEVMPD and in PMS. Then we will go through the main topic, which is the submission of pack sizes through XEVMPD. And at the end, we will have a couple of notes on next steps and maybe one of the most important things, the Q&A, so you can ask your questions and we will to try to reply as many as possible. Some notes that we have is, as always, please note that this session is being recorded and we will make it available through the EMA corporate website and also in our YouTube channel. As always, we are using a Slido, so you can ask your questions through this platform. The interaction via Slido is voluntary, but if you so you may opt to remain anonymous. But if you choose to use this platform, you are giving your consent to the processing of your personal data, as we have explained in the EMA data privacy statement that we have in this link. Here you have the QR code for the Slido session. You can also join slido.com and use this hashtag PackSize to join the specific room where you can ask your questions. You can also send your questions, upvote the question, so please make sure that the question is not repeated. And you can just upvote if there is any question similar to the one that you want to raise. At the end of the session, we will be showing a screen with the Q&A. And we will address verbally the top voted questions. We might not be able to reply in written to all of any of the questions because of the capacity. So please wait till the end of the webinar because we will be addressing your questions. Those that we are not able to reply, we will check if there is an important question, and obviously we will include them in the Q&A documents that we are preparing, etc. So let's start with a bit of a background. And to start with the background, I wanted to explain how ESMP is a consumer of PMS data. So you may know that after the COVID pandemic, EMA's role in the crisis preparedness and also the management of the availability of medicines has increased significantly. There is a regulation, the one that you can see here, 2022-123, that formalizes all these structures and the processes that can happen during a pandemic. Together with the European Medicines Regulatory Network, we are trying to improve the availability of medicines that are authorized in Europe. These regulatory authorities, not only in but also outside Europe, are increasingly working together to prevent these shortages and also to limit the impact that they can have whenever they occur. To do that, we have created and we have established a new project, which is called ESMP. ESMP's vision is to enable the exchange of information so we can prevent, identify, and also manage shortages. The idea is that we can establish communication among EMA, national competent authorities, and also industry stakeholders to make sure that there is enough availability of medicines for patients during any public health emergency or any major event. As you can see here, ESMP is consuming packaged medicinal product information from PMS, and ESMP is making available pre-filled templates and also machine-to-machine interactions. What ESMP users will have to do is complete these templates with relevant information per product, and also they can submit relevant information through machine-to-machine interface. Which are the users of ESMP? The users are member states. They will report critical national shortages information. And we also have industry users, so MA holders. In this case, they will have to perform routine shortages reporting and also provide information on supply of medicinal products if there is a crisis or if there is any preparedness situation. With this information that ESMP is receiving, there is a data analytic platform. With this platform, we are going to analyze the data to be able to prevent, monitor, and manage shortages together with different regulatory bodies such as ESPOC, MSSG, or even the European Commission. This is a very high-level information. It's just to give you the background why ESMP and how ESMP is using the PMS data. But if you need additional information on this process, you can always refer to the ESMP Essentials webinar that took place a couple of weeks ago. So, as we said, ESMP is consuming data from PMS, and more specifically, ESMP requires medicinal product and also packaged medicinal product information from PMS. We said ESMP is creating some pre-filled templates, and they look something like this. They are using the data that we have in PMS. And as you can see here, we have product information, we have the package ID, we have the medicinal product name, we also have active substances, the strength, and also the pharmaceutical dose form. And importantly, here on the pack size level, they are using a structured pack size data. So the quantity and the units of presentation. So in this case, for example, we have 60 tablets or 180 tablets. All this information is coming from PMS. And as you can see, this information is submitted or provided at pack size level. So how is pack size information included in PMS? As you know, we have two sources of data for PMS. We have SCIAMED and we also have XEVMPD. SCIAMED, as you also know, it's the internal EMA database. This database contains all centrally authorized products that we have in the European Union. And in SCIAMED, we have what we call the umbrella product, which contains different medicinal products, and linked to those medicinal products, we have the different pack sizes. As you also know, in 2022, we migrated the data from SCIAMED to PMS. So now this data that is coming from SCIAMED looks like this in PMS. We have a medicinal product. In this case, it's a Skilarence 30 milligrams gastro-resistant tablets. And we have the different pack sizes assigned to this medicinal product. You can see the MA number, the pack size, and also the EV code that is linked to these presentations. If we if we open one of those presentations, we can see the following information. We can see the full presentation name of the product. We can see the pack size MA number, so the MA marketing authorization number assigned at pack size level. We can see the package description, and we can see the EV code that is linked to this package that we have from SCIAMED. Moreover, we have the structured pack size data assigned to this specific pack size, which is in this case 42 tablets. So the pack size data that we have for caps in PMS, all pack sizes are migrated from SCIAMED. So in the example that we have provided, we have 3 pack sizes, and we also have the relationship with XEVMPD. So these 3 pack sizes has a relationship with these 3 EV codes in XEVMPD. Moreover, the package description that we have in PMS for caps, it's a concatenation of different fields in SCIAMED. In this case, we have the packaging, the pack size, and the content. In case we have the content. So for example, here we have the packaging as a blister with PVC, PVDC alu, and the package size is 42 tablets. Additionally to the package description, we have the structured pack size data that also comes from Siamet. In this case, we have as quantity 42, and as units of presentation, we have tablets. And this is what you can see in PMS. I'm putting a screenshot of the product UI, but this information can also be found in the PMS API. If we show a different example, another product, we have Oglo 1 milligram solution for injection in pre-filled syringe. In this case, we have these two pack sizes that are migrated from Siamet, and we have their relationship with XEVMPD. If we display one of those pack sizes, or both of them, we can see that the package description, as we said before, it's coming from Siamet, and it's a concatenation of different fields. So in this case, the packaging, the package size, and the content. The packaging, pre-filled syringe, the pack size is 1 pre-filled syringe, and the content, which is 0.1 milliliters. Additionally to the package description, we have the structure pack size data, quantity, and units of presentation, and this information is also coming from Siamet. So, which are the requirements for applicants for centrally authorized products? For the moment, you need to continue business as usual. That means that you need to submit and maintain authorized medicinal products to XEVMPD. As you know, 4 records per presentation. So 1 record where the authorization country is Europe, and 3 other records where the countries are the EEA countries, so Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway. The package description is still optional because this information will be taken from Siamet. So again, in XEVMPD, continue business as usual, submit 4 records per presentation, and the package description is optional. You need to make sure that the match and merge is performed in PMS, and you can see the EV code is present and is linked to each specific pack size. Here, one caveat, currently there is a bug, and some of the centrally authorized products that we have in PMS don't have this link to the EV code. We are working to solve this issue, so hopefully by the end of this quarter, all the centrally authorized products will have this EV code coming from XEVMPD. So this is the information for centrally authorized products, but as we have said before, we also have another source of data for PMS, which is XEVMPD. In XEVMPD, or XEVMPD is a database that in this case is maintained by marketing authorization holders. And in this database, we are capturing centrally authorized products, but also non-centrally authorized products in EU and in the EEA countries as well. We will go in more details on how this data is submitted to XEVMPD. There are different business rules and strategies that the applicants can follow. But as you know, in April this year, we migrated also the data that we have in XEVMPD to PMS. So now in PMS, we have data coming from Siamet and data coming from XEVMPD. If you want to receive additional information on this migration, the business rules, etc., you can review Chapter 7 of the EUIG, and also a webinar that we hosted this year, which is called the PMS Deep Dive webinar. You can find the video in our YouTube channel. And in this webinar, we explained all the business rules and the different processes, or the processes that we have followed to migrate this information. Now, let's focus then on non-centrally authorized products. In Europe, non-centrally authorized products can be authorized, or the marketing authorization number can be provided at 2 levels. We can have the marketing authorization number provided at pack size level, but for other countries, we can have the MA number provided at medicinal product level. If we focus on countries where the marketing authorization number is provided at pack size level, we have, for example, Hungary, Liechtenstein, Italy, Romania, or Slovenia. And in these cases, we have 1 a specific MA number per pack size, as you can see here in this picture. Countries where the authorization number is provided at medicinal product level, we have Germany, we have Spain, Austria, we have Poland as well, and we have also other countries. In those cases, different pack sizes will have the same MA number. So for example, in this case, the pack sizes of 14, 28, and 84 film quality tablets will have the same marketing authorization number. So let's focus on the first one. Marketing authorization number is provided at pack size level. In this case, you can see that in PMS, we have the same medicinal product, but at the level of the pack size, we have different pack sizes with different MA numbers per pack size. You can see also that the structured pack size data is missing because we don't have this information in XEVMPD. Here you can also see that the EV code is missing. This is because the screenshot is taken from the a lower environment. In production, you will see the EV codes linked to those pack sizes in PMS. If we display a bit more one of these pack sizes, so we have the same medicinal product, we have this specific pack size with this MA number, and we can see that the package description is coming from XEVMPD, but the structured data of the pack size is missing because this information is not coming from XEVMPD. In those cases, the question would be, do I need to update my XEVMPD record if I don't have the package description? Because in XEVMPD, you know that in those cases, the package description is optional. So the answer is no, you don't need to update your package description because in principle, with this specific MA number for this specific pack size, we would have enough information to identify to which pack size we are referring to. Nevertheless, it's a good practice to provide this information for completeness because at the end, we would require the package description in PMS. It's an important field that we need, but if you don't have the package description in XEVMPD, you don't need to go and update all your products. You can just do it with the normal life cycle of a product. If you need to update the CV code, you can use this opportunity to include the package description. So for applicants, which are the requirements that we have for applicants for this specific case of non-caps? We are talking of non-centrally authorized products where the marketing authorization number is provided at pack size level. In this case, again, business as usual. You need to submit and maintain authorized medicinal products to XEVMPD, and you need to submit one record per authorized pack size. And this is highlighted because it's per authorized pack size. So as soon as it is authorized, you need to submit this information to XEVMPD. As I said, package description is optional, but it's highly recommended because it will appear in PMS, in the product UI, and also in the PMS API. What else you can do? You can make sure that pack sizes under the same medicinal products are correctly migrated in PMS. If there is any mistake or any issue, you can raise a ticket in ServiceNow. For the moment, you can only do that through the PMS API. From September, you will be able to do this as well through the product user interface. So again, a recap for non-caps, where the marketing authorization number is provided at pack size level, business as usual. You need to submit authorized pack sizes to XEVMPD, as you have been doing until now. If we now take the other example, the other case, where we have the marketing authorization number provided at medicinal product level. In this case, each MA holder can decide the strategy on how to submit these medicinal products to XEVMPD. And XEVMPD already and have been always supporting these two strategies. You can submit one XEVMPD record per pack size, or you can submit one XEVMPD record for all pack sizes. Here you have a screenshot of chapter 3.2, the guidance that we have for XEVMPD, where it is already stated that you can follow these two strategies. So let's focus in each of them to see which are the then the tasks for the applicants and which is the impact. So if you have a marketing authorization, a product where the marketing authorization number has been provided at medicinal product level, and you have submitted one XEVMPD record per pack size, then this information in PMS will look like this. We have a medicinal product, in this case authorized in Spain, so the MA number is the same for all pack sizes. Again, the structured pack size data is missing because we don't have this information in XEVMPD. Let's open and see which is the information that we have for each of those pack sizes. You can see that the package description for each of those pack sizes allow us to identify each pack size. And also this package description in XEVMPD is a mandatory field if you are following this approach, because we would have 3 records with the same MA number. So we need to identify to be able to distinguish between these 3 records and check which is the pack size based on the package description. So if you have followed this approach, you need to continue business as usual. You can continue submitting data to XEVMPD following still this approach. So one EV record per pack size. You need to include the package description. But here we have a tip, we have a recommendation for applicants. And in this case, you should include some meaningful information on the package description. You can include national codes, you can include GTINs or any additional value that will help you and also will help NCAs to identify these pack sizes based on the package description. Don't worry, I will provide additional information on that. We will also release a document explaining this, but here we have some examples. This is a product in Spain where we have, at pack size level, we have a national code. So in the package description, it would be a good idea to include this national ID and then a bit of the description of the pack size. In this case, we have 14 tablets in a blister alu alu. A different pack size would be another national code with a different pack size. It is I think most of the companies were what they were doing so far was to copy paste the information that they have in the SMPC, and this information is not meaningful because there's a lot of information that we cannot really use, and it will make it very difficult for you to really identify specific pack sizes. So the idea is to provide meaningful information, not just copy pasting what you have in the SMPC. Again, I will provide additional information on that. But as a summary, if you have a medicinal product, that is the marketing authorization number is provided at product level, but you have submitted one XEVMPD record per pack size, you can continue doing so. Just that in the package description, you should include some meaningful information so it's better for you and for NCAs when we need to map those records. Let's focus on the other option. So you have a medicinal product where the marketing authorization has been granted at product level, and you have submitted only one XEVMPD record for all pack sizes. And here is what we really start giving actions and instructions to you. In this case, how a product would look like. We have this medicinal product with only one pack size. with one MA number, pack size, structure data on pack size is missing because we don't have this information in XEVMPD. As you can see in the package description, we will have, well, this is a blister, alu, PVC, PVDC, and here we have the two pack sizes, 4 and 8 tablets. So, which are the requirements? And this is now it's where we start with important information for you. In this case, if you have followed this approach where you have submitted only one record in XEVMPD for all your pack sizes, you need to start submitting separate EV codes per pack size only for products on the union list of critical medicines. And we will also give additional information on that. So, as you need to submit separate EV codes per pack size in XEVMPD, the process that you need to follow is the following. You need to update the current EV code to include in the package description the lowest pack size. Then you need to insert new entries in XEVMPD for each additional pack size. And in all of them, you need to use the package description to differentiate among all these EV codes that you are submitting. Again, a recommendation, a tip. Use meaningful information on the package description. Use national IDs, national codes, GTINs, or any additional value that can help you and the MCA on the identification of these concrete pack sizes. A question that maybe is already in Slido, you don't need to use the national language in the package description. You can use it, but you can also use English always. So this is up to you, which is the way you want to submit the package description. This is the process, but as we know, you might need the step-by-step guidance on how to submit and how to follow this process. So here we go. In XEVMPD, what you need to do is you need to find or identify the EV code to be updated. In this case, I have this EV code for this medicinal product, where in the package description, you can see that I have all this information with a lot of information on the material of the primary packaging, for the secondary packaging, and also information on pack sizes for different products. You can see here that I have the 4.6 milligrams per 24 hours, and also the 9.5 milligrams per 24 hours. And I have different pack sizes, 30 and 60 sackets, and then in this one only 60. So as you can see, this is a product where I have submitted more than one pack size. I have identified this product. I need to update this product. So in EV, I need to click on update, okay? And this will trigger the update of this EV code. So I will move from the medicinal product section to the create and send product reports. And I will have now the availability of this product to be updated. Now, what I need to do is identify the lowest pack size for this medicinal product, Rivastic Minaken Pharma, 4.6 milligrams, it's 24 hours, whatever. And I know that in this case is the one for the lowest pack size. In this case is 30 sobres, or well, it's 30 because it's the lowest one. Again, I want to repeat, this package description is totally useless. We know that we have been requesting this in XEVMPD, but as you can see, this is a lot of information that cannot be used. And also we have information for different medicinal products. So I need to update this package description. And as I said, we need to include meaningful information. So what I'm doing in this case, I'm including the national code for this pack size, the pack size, the repurchase, and then the material. You can include additional information if you want, but that's important. Make it meaningful for you. You need to make sure that this information can be used for mappings and to identify a specific pack sizes. With this step, I have changed the package description in XEVMPD. I have updated this for the current record. Then what I need to do next is create new entries, new EV codes for the additional pack sizes. So how do we do that? You need to come back to the medicinal product section, click on other operations, and click on reinsert. With these steps, what you are doing is triggering the generation of a product insert with the same information that you have for this medicinal product. So you are doing kind of a copy paste. You are creating a new entry with the same information that you have here. So after I click reinsert, I will create now in the XEVPRM 2 new references. I have now 2 references, 2 authorized medicinal products. The update that I had before, where I have included the pack size of 30, and I have created an insert to create a new record for the other pack size. So what I need to do now is change the package description of this insert. And in this case, I include the national ID and the pack size of 60, and I also include the material. Now, what I have is 2 pack sizes ready to be submitted. I have the insert. This is a new record in EV. And I also have the update, the one where I had several pack sizes, and now I will only have one, in this case, the one of 30. What happened if I need to create additional records because I have more than 2 pack sizes? Then in the same section here on Create and Send Products, you can click on Duplicate. This will generate a duplicate of your insert. It will just duplicate the entry. So you need to now change the package description for the newly created entity that you have in the XEVPRM. You can do this as many times if you have different pack sizes to be submitted. The next step and the last one is you validate and submit the message, and you need to wait for the second acknowledgement to confirm that the submission has been successfully processed by XEVMPD. Important information. Remember that now you have more EV codes and more records in XEVMPD linked to this specific medicinal product, and you need to maintain as well these new EV codes. If you withdraw a specific pack size, then you need to submit an invalidation for this specific EV code. If there is a change to the medicinal product, so you add a new indication or a new excipient or something like this, you need to submit the update for all those EV codes. Because remember, those EV codes are for specific pack sizes, but they contain the information of the product, such as the authorized dose form, which is the same for all of them, the indications, excipients, etc. Also, what you can do once you start submitting this information, you can check if these pack sizes have been updated and created in PMS. So as soon as you have submitted this information in XEVMPD, they will be migrated to PMS, and you will be able to see them through the PMS API and through the product UI. You just need to allow sometimes, because it takes time to migrate this information. So the deltas from XEVMPD to PMS, you might need around 5 minutes. It depends on how many records we are receiving. And then from PMS to the product UI, we might need around 15 minutes for those pack sizes to appear. So this is the process that you need to follow in XEVMPD to submit a specific pack sizes. So you need to break or split one specific EV code that you had for multiple pack sizes to refer to only one pack size and then insert the additional pack sizes that you have. With this information, I would like to go to some specific questions that you might still have. I need to thank here the PMS SMEs because they have helped a lot collecting these questions that different applicants have. So I hope with these questions that I'm gonna show now, you can have additional information as well. So the first question is, do I need to submit all pack sizes for all my authorized products? The answer is, it depends. If your medicinal product is a centrally authorized product or a non-centrally authorized product where the authorization number has been granted at pack size level, the answer is yes. All authorized pack sizes are required in XEVMPD, but this is not new. These are still the business rules that we have had in XEVMPD for more than 10 years. So there is no change on this business rule. Now, if your medicinal product is a non-centrally authorized product where the authorization number has been given at medicinal product level, then in this case, you might need to submit all pack sizes. For the moment, we have reduced the scope to products under the Union list of critical medicines and only for pack sizes that are in the market. Here, there is a caveat. If there is a crisis or there is a preparedness exercise, then all authorized pack sizes will be requested. So not only the ones that are in the market, but all of them that are authorized. You don't have to submit sample pack sizes. These are not required. And also for herbal and homeopathics are excluded from the Union list of critical medicines. So if those herbal and homeopathic fall under this category, non-cap authorized, where the authorization number is at medicinal product level, then you don't need to submit pack sizes. Just one EV code for all pack sizes is enough. If they fall in this other category, then you need to submit the pack sizes. No change on the business rules, okay? Something important, these rules apply to newly authorized products, but also to legacy products, so products that are already in XEVMPD. This is a summary for caps and non-caps authorized at pack size level. Yes, all pack sizes, this is an XEVMPD requirement. For non-caps authorized at medicinal products, it is mandatory for products on the Union list of critical medicines and is optional for the rest. Now, to support applicants, EMA will publish a list of products that are already authorized, so products that we have already in XEVMPD, that falls under the Union list of critical medicines. Here you have the link. It is not published yet. We will hopefully publish this list along this month. Something important, this list that we have generated is based on the ATC code of the product. So it is very important that you keep your records up to date to reflect the latest ATC codes. So if WHO generates new ATC codes, if there are changes to the ATC codes, you need to keep your records in XEVMPD up to date and reflect the current ATC code. So the list that we will publish will look like this, something like this. You will have the ATC code of the product, you will have the PMS ID, and also the EV codes of those records. You have then the name, authorize those forms, the MA holder, the country of authorization, and then the different authorization numbers, either at product level or pack size level, and the packet description. So For those products that are already authorized, you can come to this list and check if any of those products are assigned to you, and check if you have submitted already at pack size level. So for example, this product, the Someprazole, we can see that we have the different pack sizes. So for this product, we don't have to do anything. Maybe for this one, Someprazole, we only have one pack size, one entry. So we might need to split this EV code into multiple products in XEVMPD. So again, this is for products that are already authorized. You need to check this list and update your EV codes if needed and insert the necessary pack sizes. And for newly authorized products, if they fall under the Union List of Critical Medicines, which is a list based on the ATC code, you will need to submit all your pack sizes, okay? So there's a difference between the legacy products. We have this list that we will publish, and for new products, you have the Union List of Critical Medicines that is based on the ATC code. Next question is, for medicinal products with an authorization number at product level, it is important to include a national code in the package description. Can you provide additional information on these national codes? So here I want to thank again the SMEs from PMS, because with them we started this exercise, and also to Dino, the NPO, the product owner of PMS representing the network. Because we have been able to gather some information from NCAs. So here you have a table. We will make this public. So for each of these countries, we have the information on where the MA number is granted. So for example, for Austria, we have the MA number is granted at medicinal product level. For, I don't know, Hungary, we have at pack size level. Spain is at medicinal product level. Norway as well. And we also have some information on which are the national IDs that you can use. So for example, for Austria, there is something called like this. So the PIP code that you can use in your package description. For Belgium, there is something called the CTI extended that you can also use in your package description to identify each and every pack size. In Spain, we have something called the Código Nacional that can be used. For Portugal, there is also called the Número de Registro. Norway, the Nordic article number or the GTIN can also be used. So please review this table because you have additional information here. A couple of examples. So, as I explained, use meaningful information on your package description. Some, I don't know, a suggestion on how this meaningful information would look like. You can use the national ID if it exists, the pack size, so the quantity and the units of presentation, then the content. If there is a vial, for example, you can indicate the units of measurement like milliliters and things like that, and the material. I'm giving you here 4 examples. This is a product authorized in Luxembourg. I have found in the national page this ID for this specific pack size and a different one for this specific pack size. So your package description would look something like the ID plus the pack size, which is 1 flacon, and then the content, which is 200 milliliters, and the same for the other. This one is a product authorized in Spain where we have 2 pack sizes. We have the national code here, so I would include the national code and then the pack size. If you have the material, you can include it as well. So this would be another example. This is from the Norwegian NCA. And here, for example, we have this ibuprofen Sentiva 400 milliliters, and we have 2 pack sizes, 50 and 100. And we have different IDs here that we can use in the package description of these pack sizes. So this one for the 100 film quality tablets, and this one for the 50 film quality tablets. This one is from Sweden. I have also found in the national web page this ID for the pack size of 30. You can include additional information, different ID for the pack size, for the different pack size. So again, meaningful information, something that can help you and can also help the NCAs to identify each pack size. Next question would be, a medicinal product is authorized with different containers and materials. What is considered a pack size? So you know that in some cases we have medicinal products that are authorized with multiple pack sizes, materials, combinations of both. So in this case, we have a medicinal product which is authorized with different sizes, like in different liters. We also have different materials and different types of the bulk. Here, it is your responsibility to know how these products have been authorized at national level and how many pack sizes are authorized. In this case, for example, if you go to the national web page, we can see that for each combination of size, material, and bulk type, this is considered a specific pack size, and therefore you need to submit each of those pack sizes. So it's important for you to know how these products have been authorized, how many pack sizes have been authorized at national level. The next question is quite important. Belgium, Finland, and Luxembourg have more than one official language. In XEVMPD, we need to submit one record per official language. So how do we handle the pack size submission in those cases? So in XEVMPD, we have in this case 3 EV codes for this medicinal product because we have 3 languages. So this is a product authorized in Belgium. We have the same authorization number for all these pack sizes. What do we have in PMS? In PMS, each EV code here is considered a pack size. So we will have one medicinal product with 3 names with 3 pack sizes because each of those is considered a pack size. What do you need to do in XEVMPD to split this product in multiple pack sizes? So you need to take these 3 EV codes and you need to update this current EV code, so EV code 1, 2, and 3, to the lower pack size. So in this case, the pack size would be the one of 20. And in the package description, I would include the CTI extended ID, the ID that I showed before, the pack size, for example, 20 tablets, and the material, for example. This is for the EV codes 1, 2, and 3, the ones that we already had. You update those to reflect the lowest pack size. And then now you need to insert additional pack sizes for the rest of the pack sizes that are authorized. I will include these additional pack sizes for 25, 28, and 50. You need to include all of them in the 3 languages because we still follow the XEVMPD rules. But here there is something important. For the package description, you need to use always the same language and the same information for the pack sizes that are related. So for example, in EV code 1, 2, and 3, the name will be in different languages, but the package description is the same for the 3 of them. Same here, the pack size of 25, but the package description is the same in all of them. Why? Because then when we have this in XEVMPD, we will migrate it to PMS, and I will have as many pack sizes pack sizes as records in XEVMPD. So I will have this pack size triplicated, this pack size will be as well triplicated. We are working on a design strategy to remove these duplicates or triplicates depending on the country. And we are designing this strategy based on the package description. So whenever we will see the same package description for several pack sizes, we will merge them. That's why it is so important that in these cases, the package description always use the same language and the same information. There is a specific use case for the French medicinal products that can be submitted either at pack size level or at medicinal product level. So how should we follow now this approach? So there is a Q&A document for XEVMPD where we explain the different strategies that can be followed to submit French products. You have it here. Scenario 1, if you want to submit only one XEVMPD product for all the pack sizes, you need to use the NL number in the authorization number field. If you want to submit multiple XEVMPD product entries, one per pack size, you can either use the NL number or the package number in the authorization number field. I'll give you examples. Scenario 1, I have the package number, it's called the CIP, is used for every pack size. So for example, in this case, I have this medicinal product with all these pack sizes, and in the authorization number, I have used the package number that you can find in the SMPC. In PMS, we will have this product with all the different pack sizes and with the different MA numbers per pack size. So here, no action. You don't need to do anything for these products. Scenario 2, the NL number is used for all pack sizes. So for example, for this medicinal product, where we have the package description you see is for all these pack sizes, we have only submitted one record to XEVMPD, and we have included the NL number. In this case, in PMS, I will have the medicinal product with only one pack size, including here, referring here to the NL number, and in the package description, we will have all these pack sizes. So in this case, you need to follow the process that we have explained before. You need to take this EV code, update it to the lowest pack size, the pack of 2, and include additional pack sizes for the 6, 8, 10, etc. In the authorization number, as this is allowed, you can still refer to the NL number, or you can use the package number, the one that I showed before. Our recommendation is to use the package number, because this way you will be able to identify, as in the example before, all the different pack sizes based on the package number, this PIC. If you want to include the NL number, then a recommendation is to include the package number in the package description. And the scenario number 3 would be that we have submitted separate records for each pack size, but in all of them we have reflected the same NL number in the authorization number field. I haven't found any example in XEVMPD, so I'm not sure if a lot of people are using this approach. But if this is the approach that you are following, then you don't really have to do anything, but in the package description, you should include the package number, the CIP, or you can update the NL number to the package number. These are the recommendations that we can give you. I know it's a lot of information. This will be, you will be able to come back, the presentation, etc. But we need to continue with the questions. So in XEVMPD only contains the package description, but there is no field in XEVMPD to include the structured pack size information. So as I explained before, the quantity and the units of presentation. How are these fields going to be populated? So again, just an example, this information is coming from XEVMPD, this medicinal product with this specific pack size, with this package description coming from XEVMPD. but this information, the structured pack size data, is empty because we don't have this information in XEVMPD. So the package description and structured pack size information are different fields in PMS. The package description is captured from XEVMPD, but the structured pack size, this one, the quantity and the units of presentations, will have to be provided only for non-caps via the PMS API or the product UI from Q1 2025. That's why the package description is so useful, because in January or in Q1, when we open the capability to include this information through the PMS API or the product UI, you can refer to the package description to quickly identify to which pack size you are referring to. So if you have the national ID, you already have the pack size like 30 tablets and the material, you will be able to quickly populate this information. It's going to be really easy for you. If I have this text, it's going to be more complicated for you to really come here and include this information. So I have 2 minutes and then we will go to the Q&A, but as a summary, let's start from the beginning, and this is a diagram that we will also make public. I need to go to XEVMPD because I have to update or check my product. So let's start from the beginning. We need to ask ourselves, is the product that I have a new authorized medicinal product? So I have just received a new authorization. If the answer is yes, then the next question is it a cap? If I have a cap, then we need to submit all authorized pack sizes to XEVMPD. And we know that the package description is optional, but recommended. No change on the business rules here. If there is a cap, all authorized pack sizes in XEVMPD. If it's not a cap, then is it a non-cap but is authorized at pack size level? If the answer is yes, then again, we need to submit all authorized pack sizes. No changes in this business rule. And also the package description is optional, but is highly recommended. If I don't have a cap, I don't have a non-cap authorized at pack size level, that means that I have a non-cap that is authorized at medicinal product level. So I need to wonder, is the ATC code in the union list of critical medicines? If the answer is yes, then I need to submit at least all marketed pack sizes. And the package description is mandatory. And again, meaningful information in this package description. If the answer is no, so this medicinal product is the ATC code of this medicinal product is not in the union list of critical medicines, then the submission at pack size level is optional. It is recommended because this way it will be already in PMS like this, and this will be less effort for you, but again, it's optional. If I don't have a new authorized medicinal product, so our products that are already authorized are already in XEVMPD, I need to wonder, is it a cap or a non-cap authorized at pack size level? If the answer is yes, then all your authorized pack sizes should already be in XEVMPD. If it's a non-cap that is authorized at medicinal product level, I need to wonder, is this product in the union list of critical medicines? If the answer is yes, then you need to update the current record with the lowest pack size, and you need to insert the new pack sizes. Again, the package description is mandatory. We should use these IDs or meaningful information on the package description. If the answer is no, so it's not a product that is in the union list of critical medicines, then you don't need to submit separate pack sizes. You can do it, it is up to you, but it is not mandatory. I have 3 slides with the next steps, how to stay informed on the PMS work. So again, you can come to the quarterly system demos that we do. The next one is on the 18th of September. We will announce the link and the registration via EMA's website event pages. You can also check the PMS webpage where you can find the PMS overview, the implementation guide. We have made reference to a couple of chapters, so you can go there and check this guidance. We have also the PLM portal where we have the forum and the PMS news page. This is important because we are releasing some news, release notes, we are announcing downtimes of the system, etc. So it is important for you to be there. And we also have the industry and network SMEs, so you can always engage with them if you have any question or proposals or things like that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with this diagram. This is just a timeline on when are we going to release different chapters. We will publish as soon as possible the chapter 3.2 of XEVMPD with all this explanation that we have made. You have different trainings for the API. We also have for NAPs, etc., etc. So have a look at this diagram to understand a bit what are we going to release. And last but not least, we have the quarterly PLM newsletter. You can scan this QR code to subscribe to the newsletter. It is important. We release a lot of information on the quarterly basis, and the next edition is going to be published soon, now in mid-July. If you don't want to use the QR code, you also have the link to subscribe to the newsletter. So with that, and right on time, I think we can go to the Q&A session, and I think, Katerina, you will be presenting a slide, all right?
Yes. Thank you, Marcos. I'll share my screen. It's loading. Okay, let's start. First question. It is now mandatory to separate the pack sizes in XEVMPD by January 2025 for the critical medicines. What about the rest of the products not included in this list? Will they become mandatory to do at a later stage?
So that's a good question. And actually, I realized that I have forgotten to establish by when this has to be done. So I will include it in the slides. So correct, this has to be, the split of these pack sizes has to be done by the 31st of January 2025. So we met with the legal deadline for SMP, which is February 2025. For the moment, this is what we have requested. In the PMS Info Day, we suggested that it should be a goal of industry to have the rest of the products by the end of 2025. But it's just a recommendation, it's not mandatory, and we might need to discuss internally if we are putting a deadline for the rest of the products, or it will remain on a voluntary basis. So I cannot provide additional information, just a recommendation, a goal for industry to do this by the end of next year.
Thank you. Does information have to be submitted for all pack sizes approved or only for pack sizes marketed?
So that is in one of the questions. It depends again. So caps and non-caps authorized at pack size level, for all of them authorized. If the product is authorized at medicinal product level, then it's only for the ones that are in the market. But as I said, if there is a crisis, EMA will request you to also submit those that are authorized but not in the market. So it's up to you if you want to include all of them or only the ones in the market, taking this into account.
Thank you. If the MA number is the same for the different pack sizes, will that be an issue if I have multiple entities in XEVMPD with different TV codes but the same MA number?
So no, as I have already shown in some screenshots, this is already happening. A lot of companies are submitting pack size information with the same MA number. Here, what is important is that you include the package description so we can differentiate different pack sizes of the same medicinal product.
Okay. Next, for non-CAPS package description in XEVMPD, you are recommending not to copy-paste VSMPC information. It is a contradiction. VOIG requires to have it as in section 6.5 of SMPC. Would you modify VIG to update this requirement?
So, yeah, for sure. If we have stated that it should be a hard copy, like really copy paste of this section of the SMPC, is not something that we will use, because as you have seen in the example that I have put in the PowerPoint, this section of the SMPC can have package description for other products. So you need to use information on the SMPC, correct, but you also need to think about, okay, what's the information that I should include here? And then include this information. We will update the UID to make sure that it's not a full copy-paste of this section.
Thank you. If we do this tip of including pack size national codes in package description, that won't be aligned with section 6.2 of SMPC. These codes are not in the SMPC. Wouldn't that be a validation issue?
No. And I think this is already explained in chapter 3.2. We are using this information to make sure that we have the correct pack size. So just by using a copy paste again is not meaningful, and we would even appreciate more to have a structure as the one that I have shown, because it will allow us to validate even better specific pack sizes.
Thank you. Will the increase in the number of EV codes have an impact on chargeable units and fees payable?
No, this is already, so as I said, there are companies already submitting from the beginning of XEVMPD products at pack size level. All their portfolio is at pack size level. So when we established the algorithm to calculate the fees, the pharmacovigilance fees, we took into account this approach. So the chargeable units are just taken into account. I think is the name of the product, the authorization country, and the MA number. I can provide additional information here, but no, the answer is that they belong to the same medicinal product, so therefore you don't have to pay by EV record.
Okay. After inserting additional pack sizes and we are receiving validation queries regarding previous EV codes, as the current EV code have previous EV code and authorization status valid transfer. How to proceed in this case?
Okay, let me I need a bit of time to think about this, so I will reply in writing to this one. I need time, so and I think it's better if we continue with the following questions. So yeah, I will reply in writing, and if needed, I will include additional information on the PowerPoint.
Okay. Which EV code do I need to enter for the new packs that will be submitted for a registration-based product? Do I need to leave the field empty during submission and then enter the EV code when we will receive it with the second acknowledgement?
No, so when you insert a new EV code, when you insert a new record in XEVMPD, the EV code section is empty, and the system will assign a specific EV code to this new entry once we have received it. So you don't need to include EV codes or anything like this. The system will assign this new EV code. It is the same process as inserting a new product, yeah, you don't have to do anything like this. The system will assign the EV code to it.
Okay. YMAH has to validate that migration to PMS is correct. This could be done by EMA. Please note that we do not have resources for this workload.
So again, that's a recommendation. We have established the business rules to migrate products that belong to the same medicinal product from XEVMPD to PMS. We have established these rules, but if there is any data quality issue in XEVMPD, this will result in the wrong migration of those records. So you need to make sure that the product in PMS is correct. We cannot do that for 400,000 products that we have in PMS. And again, you can do this as, in a stepwise approach. You don't need to review all your products at once. You can do this throughout a year or a different couple of months.
Okay. How is EMA foreseeing the package description rule for NAPs? The concatenation followed for caps from SciMed should not be applicable. Unsure about standardized automated data QC purposes. From guidance source should be the SMPC section 6.5.
So the package description field is an optional field, and the information that you can include there, it's up to you. We are just giving recommendations because, again, as I showed you, next year you will have to include the structured pack size information. So it's important for you to have a way to quickly identify those products or those pack sizes. We are not going to reject any EV code if the package description is not following this recommendation. It is up to you. So you can follow this recommendation. You can include additional information if you need. We will update the guidance. So again, it's not that we are following the SciMed approach. We are just giving suggestions on how this information should be provided.
Okay. This next question seems similar to the one we had a couple of minutes ago, unless you have anything to add, Marcos.
Sorry?
This question, because it asks if MAHs are required to check PMS, or if this is a new activity.
We are already doing some checks that we have migrated all the records, that all of them have an ATC code at least, and authorized those forms. So we are also performing checks to make sure that we are migrating the data correctly. Now, if there is wrong data in XEVMPD, data quality issues, pack sizes can be migrated to or create a new product based on the rules that we have described in Chapter 7 of the UIG. So that's why we are requesting MA holders to check this information. We are also performing our checks.
When will the submission to XEVMPD stop and we will update the PMS instead?
That's a good question. So we already presented this last year and in different webinars. There is an EPIC, which is the XEVMPD decommissioned, but it has not been prioritized yet. We are defining a strategy and having discussions internally how and when we can decommission XEVMPD. For the moment, we are just in those discussions and trying to prioritize this EPIC, so we don't have additional information on when XEVMPD will be decommissioned. So as soon as we have additional information, we will make it available. But for the moment, XEVMPD remains in play, and therefore all these submissions should be done through XEVMPD, and you need to maintain the data there.
Okay. The validation done by EMA must be improved to avoid incorrect data in PMS. We had to raise tickets repetitively as we disagree with the changes made after validation in XEVMPD. This is not a straightforward process. How to optimize?
Yeah, so I don't know if you were in the Explore update webinar that we had yesterday. For the XEVMPD section, we explained that we are improving the validation process that we have for XEVMPD. And the idea is to try to validate all the records in XEVMPD that belongs to the same medicinal product. This way we have a more homogeneous validation. If we have to do some updates, they will be done to all of the records, etc. So we are working on that. Additionally, whenever we move to PMS and the validation has to be done in PMS, we have already heard and we have the requirement from the SMEs that we cannot really repeat the validation process that we have in XEVMPD, and we will make sure that we improve it also in PMS.
Okay. I heard that the critical medicines list is under review in 2024. What will be the expectations for medicines newly added to the list at pack sizes in XEVMPD or directly to PMS?
So again, in XEVMPD, because for the moment, XEVMPD remains untouched, as I said, and therefore, newly authorized products and newly authorized pack sizes should be submitted to XEVMPD, and they will appear in PMS. But direct submission of pack sizes to PMS is not yet in the timelines that we have. So XEVMPD is the place to be used for these submissions.
Okay, thank you. For non-caps pack size, 20 tablets can be, for example, package description, 1 box of 1 blister of 20 tablets. Then package description, 1 box of 2 blisters of 10 tablets. How many submissions are expected?
So that again is one of the questions that I included in my PowerPoint. It depends how the authority has approved these pack sizes. Are these 2 separate pack sizes or is considered the same? You are the one knowing how this has been approved, and therefore you need to either submit 1 or 2 pack sizes.
Thank you. For NCAs responsible for both human and vet medicinal products, it would be important to keep the package description rule, at least for NAPs, harmonized. For example, if the national ID should appear in brackets or not.
That might be a good recommendation, but it's something that we cannot implement. The package description in XEVMPD is a free text field, and we don't want to give more tasks and responsibilities to applicants. So giving also this additional task to use the same format, brackets, not brackets, validate this field, reject records if this is not followed, is not really something that we can implement right now. So for the moment, we are giving the suggestions on how to do this. And then for NCAs, for the mapping, we will be supporting some NCAs on this. We will need to check how can we do this approach. But again, it's something that we cannot really ask for applicants, and because also the technical limitations of XEVMPD.
Thank you. Is there a plan to standardize the meaningful information in the description field? Why is this not standardized as a requirement?
Okay. So no, there is no plan to standardize this meaningful information. Again, because we have these 20-something countries, each of them with different numbers. Some of them, they don't have a number. So we cannot really standardize this free text field. Some users might include the ID at the end or in the middle, or they might not include it. So there is no plan to do this because, again, it's we are just giving recommendations to try to have it as as harmonized as possible. But then it's up to the applicants how they want to submit this information.
Right. For Luxembourg products, there is an MA number for multiple pack sizes, but also a national number for each pack size. Can we enter in XEVMPD MA number in the format MA number/national number?
No. We are not changing any XEVMPD business rule. That's important. There is no change on the rules of XEVMPD. The MA number and the format of the MA number should remain the same. We are using the package description because it's a free text field to include additional information. So no, for these products, you include in the MA number the marketing authorization number, and in the package description, you include the national number and then the rest of the information for the pack size. But that's important. We are not changing any rule.
Okay. I think you contradict yourself. All authorized products included marketed and non-marketed, but now in the questions you mention only all that are in the market. Can you clarify all authorized or all marketed?
So again, and I have a slide for this, it depends. For centrally authorized products and for non-caps where you have one MA number per pack size, you need to include all authorized pack sizes. For non-caps where you have multiple pack sizes with the same MA number, then you need to check if this is in the union list of critical medicines. If it's there, you submit all of them or only the marketed ones. This is up to you. But the marketed ones are mandatory. The rest are optional. And then if the product is not in the union list of critical medicines, then it's also up to you. You can just submit one record for all pack sizes, or you can include multiple pack sizes. That's explained in one of the questions in my slides.
Thank you. So just before we continue with questions, I just wanted to flag that we have opened this quick survey for you where you can give us your feedback on this session. It's really quick, just a rating question to see how useful was this webinar for you. And you can also leave additional feedback in writing. And that will help us to shape future activities for you. Thank you. Let's go back to our questions. All XEVMPD entries with previous EV code are having issues passing the validation, but the different pack sizes must carry the same status, migration or identification. What is your solution?
Yeah, again, I think this is related to the previous question that I was not able to reply. So I will come back to you in the presentation with this. I need to investigate a bit because I'm not sure what we are talking about here, but I will make sure that you have an answer for this question.
Okay. There is suggestion to have package description not as SMPC for non-caps, but IDMT Chapter 2 says to have this data same as SMPC 6.5. This is contradicting. Should the database be updated again post-migration of PMS?
So I have already replied to this, so we will update the guidance because, again, you don't need to do a copy-paste of this section.
Is VMA planning to flag the product within the list of critical medicines in any way in PMS to facilitate industry easier product identification, focus by priority?
Yes and no. So we will not have a flag like this is a critical medicinal product or something like this. But in the product UI, we have released a dynamic report that is based on ATC codes. So you can use, whenever you have the non-caps in the product UI, you can use this report to filter by the ATC codes that are linked to the union list of critical medicines, and you can have a list of all your products that are impacted by or are under this list.
Thank you. Why industry need to update EV code for the lowest pack size? Will this have any future business rules?
So we have given here this process to update it to the lowest pack size to try to harmonize and to give some instructions to the industry colleagues. You can update it to the highest pack size, or you can update it to the pack size in the middle, but then you will need to submit the rest of the pack sizes. So for us, it was just trying to help you, like start with the lowest pack size and then you include the rest. But this is up to you. At the end, we need all pack sizes. So it's up to you how you submit them. It was just a recommendation.
Okay. Does information on non-medicinal products have to be submitted to ESMP or only for products that are affected by a shortage?
So I'm not in a position to reply because this should be a question for ESMP. But as far as I know, it would be for products under a crisis, a shortage, or an MSSG preparedness exercise. But again, I'm not entirely sure, so that should be a question for ESMP.
Yeah, and actually on ESMP, so the team is preparing an FAQ document that will be published soon. So just wait for that, and you can consult. You can consult that, and you can also consult the ESMP Essentials webinar. You can find the event webpage on the EMA website. Okay, next question. During inserting new pack size, do we need to reference previous EV code if available for renewals or transfer?
So yeah, you need to follow the same approach as you have been following for the record with multiple pack sizes. So yeah, these are the business rules that we have in XEVMPD.
Okay, so I think we are running at the end of our session, so our time is ending. So I will stop the Q&A now, but be aware that we are preparing an FAQ for PMS, and we will of course include also the most frequently asked question in this webinar. So that you can have a reference, and we will also publish the recording and presentation on the event webpage, and on EMA YouTube channel you will also find the recording. Thank you, Marcos, for responding to all questions, and I leave over to you for closing.
Okay, well, I have nothing else to do, just wishing you a nice summer. And again, if you have additional questions, you can always contact us through ServiceNow. And we will be happy to reply to you. So thank you very much, everybody, and see you in the next webinars that we will be hosting.